The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 91, Getafix. Rosen explained, from a Belgian perspective, the comics were meant to remind the much larger neighbor, France, that they were once a small village in the vast Roman Empire. Thoughtfully, Rita said, "I guess you're right. I never thought of it that way." Rosen asked, "Do you remember the name of the sorcerer in the comics?" Rita answered, "Yes, of course. In Danish, he's called Miraculix, but I think they call him Getafix in English." She added, "All the boys in school loved Asterix. They couldn't understand why Miraculix was my hero." Sighing, Rita said, "I wish I had the recipe for his magic potion." Pointing at Rita's mug, Rosen said with a serious expression, "Right now, you're drinking it." Rita had just taken a mouthful of the potion. She swallowed it, looked at the mug and the pot in the sink, and said, "I can see why it changed from yellow to purple and other colors, and eventually turned black. I even noticed some sparkles at one point." Rosen laughed and replied, "I'm just teasing you. It's not true. But it's probably the closest thing to the potion from the comics." She continued, "This concoction helps with fatigue, hunger, hangovers, hay fever, and some other conditions. I use it as an antidote for the effects of cannabis. It's an improved version of an old recipe I found in an herbal medicine book. The author claimed it originated from Avicenna, the great Persian scientist who lived over 1,000 years ago." Glancing at Rita, who was trying to remember the scientist's unusual name, she added, "As Nuria mentioned, I smoked cannabis too late, and my headache got worse. Usually, I smoke it as soon as I feel a headache coming on. It prevents the pain, nausea, and vomiting, and keeps sensitivity to light and sound at bay." Rita felt her stomach rumbling had already eased. She took another sip and asked, "I can understand why you added salt and sugar for taste, but why butter?" Rosen smiled and explained, "I knew you'd come back to that. It's a bit complicated, but here's a simplified version. Most herbal teas and medicinal decoctions, like this one, are different from common drinks. They contain fat-soluble substances that wouldn't be released if they were only in water. That's why we added butter. It's also why you can't make a regular cannabis tea." She finished her mug and continued, "If you'd like, you can help me pull the VW bus back to town before it disappears at night."